Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. Factory Ducati rider Marc Marquez has retaken the championship lead following an impressive sprint win at Qatar. In a race where he set a new lap record and reclaimed pole, Marquez focused on more than just points. He highlighted that his ability to perform strongly at a track where he typically struggles is the most crucial outcome of his dominant sprint victory. Factory Ducati rider Pecco Bagnaia has once again pointed the finger at his fuel tank for his disappointing performance in the Qatar MotoGP sprint. After a strong showing in practice at Qatar, Bagnaia's Saturday turned sour. He crashed in qualifying and could only manage an 8th-place finish, trailing his teammate Marc Marquez by more than 10 seconds. The Italian insists that the fuel tank's impact on the bike's balance is the culprit behind his struggles to overtake in the shorter sprint race, a situation that has left him frustrated ahead of the Grand Prix. Reigning MotoGP champion Jorge Martin has broken his silence after his debut race back from injury at the Qatar Grand Prix sprint. Racing on the Aprilia for the first time since his lengthy absence, Martin candidly admitted that the bike isn't quite delivering the performance he's used to on the Ducati. Despite showing promising signs in his debut, the Spaniard's first outing revealed technical challenges and the need to adjust his riding style to suit his new machinery. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Entering Qatar, Marquez had warned that the circuit was one where both Alex Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia could gain an edge over him. Yet, on Saturday, the Spanish rider defied expectations by not only taking pole with a new lap record but also winning the sprint by over 1.5 seconds from his brother Alex. This performance has allowed him to retake the championship lead by 2 points. The most important thing after the Austin mistake was to keep the same mentality. And I predicted that here was one of the circuits where maybe I have to defend. But at this moment I feel good, Marquez said. Reflecting on his performance, Marquez revealed that his success in Qatar wasn't merely about raw speed, it was about overcoming his known weaknesses on this demanding circuit. Known for struggling in the right-handers from turns 12 to 14, he has reworked his riding style to minimize this shortcoming. Although he acknowledged that he still loses points in those corners, the improvement compared to previous years is significant. I just worked on my riding style. I'm losing there, in turns 12 to 14, but I'm losing much less than the previous years. So, let's see tomorrow. I need to keep going in the same way, don't exaggerate and try to be constant. Marquez also noted the competitive context of the sprint, mentioning how his brief battle with his brother Alex underlined their mutual understanding of each other's strengths and weaknesses. With the sprint win under his belt, Marquez remains focused on the main race tomorrow, a much longer event where controlling emotions and maintaining consistency are critical. He stressed that while the advantage in points is important, what truly matters is proving he can be fast on a circuit that has traditionally challenged him. Marquez also hinted at the possibility of working with his team on further setup tweaks to address 2 corners that still need improvement. In a circuit where my opponents know and I know that I struggle, being there and fast is a very good sign. Tomorrow is a long race, and if I need to lose points, I need to understand that. I want to keep that in my mind. Marc Marquez's candid reflections following his Qatar sprint win underscore the significance of adapting and overcoming personal challenges on track. While the championship battle remains fierce, his ability to set a new lap record and win on a traditionally difficult circuit provides a crucial boost to both his morale and his championship campaign. With the main race on the horizon, all eyes will be on Marquez to see if he can maintain his improved form and translate it into further success on race day. Coming into Qatar, Bagnaia looked poised to challenge for a podium finish, especially after showing promise during practice sessions. However, a qualifying crash relegated him to an 11th grid start, and from there, he could only climb to 8th in the sprint, 10.334 seconds adrift of his dominant teammate Marc Marquez. Bagnaia has repeatedly highlighted that the fuel tank used in these short races drastically changes the Ducati's balance, making overtaking nearly impossible when starting further back. Starting from P11, I was expecting a bit to struggle today in the sprint because it's already 3 seasons that when I'm not starting well in the front and I have to start from behind, I'm struggling to overtake riders. And the only difference is the fuel tank, so we need to improve a bit. I have to improve on it. Quote from Bagnaia. Bagnaia also offered insight into his crash during qualifying in Q2, when he was sitting in provisional 9th. Attempting to recover lost time, he pushed too hard into turn 4, leading to a loss of control. Despite feeling fantastic on the bike earlier in the day, the misstep cost him dearly and shattered his hopes of a strong grid position. Yesterday, also this morning, I was feeling fantastic on the bike. And in qualifying, apart from the first attempt, where something didn't work as I expected, the second attempt everything was fine, but I just crashed. I entered into corner 4 a bit too fast and I lost it. It's my mistake because when you don't have a good first attempt, you need to be more calm. With his sprint result, Bagnaia has now dropped from 12 points off the championship lead to 21 points back after scoring just 2 points. While he views the sprint as a day to take 0, that at least yielded some points, he is acutely aware of the stakes when battling against a rider like Marc Marquez. The Italian is determined to bounce back in the Grand Prix, where every point is crucial in the championship fight. At least we took 2 points where maybe it was a day to take 0. But surely for the future we need to improve because it's not possible to finish 8th when you are fighting against a rider like Marc. Tomorrow it will be important to gain as many points as possible, or lose as little as possible. Despite the setbacks, Bagnaia remains confident about his potential on race day. Determined to recover ground lost due to the fuel tank issues in the sprint, he promises a strong comeback in the Grand Prix. With a strategic focus on overtaking, Bagnaia boldly predicts that he will record a new personal milestone by overtaking 10 riders in a single lap. Tomorrow I will overtake 10 in 1 lap. I will try. I'm more confident for tomorrow because I know that my potential and my pace could be much stronger. Pecco Bagnaia's candid admission of the fuel tank's impact on his sprint performance sets the stage for an intense Grand Prix battle. With every point now critical in the championship fight, Bagnaia is determined to turn his frustration into motivation and deliver a performance that re-establishes his dominance. All eyes will be on Ducati at the Qatar Grand Prix, where the Italian aims to reclaim his rhythm and make a strong statement for the rest of the season. After being sidelined by multiple injuries since the preseason tests at Sepang, Martin finally made his long-awaited race debut on the Aprilia at Losail. Qualifying 14th just behind teammate Marco Bezzecchi, Martin initially fought his way towards the top 10 during the 11-lap sprint. However, the race ultimately saw him fading to 16th, exposing issues with the bike's response and his riding position. I feel I'm not in the best position on the bike, so everything is getting really physical. Not only because of my hand but also because of my position, Martin said. Reflecting on his performance, Martin acknowledged that while the potential of the RSGP is huge, the bike isn't cooperating with his demands. He explained that he is trying to replicate the performance he had on the Ducati, but the Aprilia doesn't accept the same inputs. His experience in the sprint showed flashes of speed. He managed some overtaking in the early laps, but overall pace and consistency were lacking. Maybe I'm asking from the bike things I'm used to doing but the bike doesn't accept. So, we need to understand how they can help me and how I can help the bike. The first few laps were good, some overtaking, so some signs of speed. Amid the challenges, there was a moment of levity when Martin overtook his former championship rival, Pecco Bagnaia, on lap 3, a move he described as a throwback to last season. Despite this positive flash, he is fully aware that his overall performance needs refinement. With the 22-lap Grand Prix looming, Martin expressed his concern about maintaining consistency and finishing the race. I think it will be really tough to finish tomorrow. I need to find my own pace, Even if I'm in a race, my fight is not with these people. My fight is with myself, and try to get consistency and try to make it to the end. Martin remains cautiously optimistic. He sees the progress made, being able to do more laps consecutively, from 2 laps yesterday to 11 today, as a significant step forward in his recovery process. However, he is clear that adjustments in his riding position and collaboration with the Aprilia team will be essential to unlock the full potential of the bike. The ultimate goal is to improve his performance in qualifying and race pace, allowing him to challenge for better results. Yesterday I was just able to make 2 laps in a row, and today I did 11. So, I think the step is huge. We need to continue like this. Jorge Martin's debut on the Aprilia has provided a mixed bag of promising signs and clear challenges. While the bike shows enormous potential, it's evident that further work is needed to adapt it to his riding style. With the Grand Prix just around the corner, the coming days will be crucial for Martin and his team as they work to fine-tune the setup, aiming to translate these early efforts into consistent race day performance. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you next time.